In its basest, rawest form, you are using wind to power a big sail to pull you around and over the water. That is, in essence, kiteboarding. I've been kiteboarding in this area since 2005. This is where I discovered kiteboarding and just got hooked. I was sitting surfing one day and I would just sit there for hours and hours and catch 1 or 2 waves. And when I saw a guy come by with this big kite in the air and catch more waves than I could catch in an entire summer, I said, okay, that's for me. Kiteboarding is the ultimate crossover sport. Anything that you do now, you can literally just throw a kite into it and enjoy it. And that's really what I like about kiteboarding, that you can adapt it to your personality and what you like to do.
In 2010, Roman and friend Brett Zacher became partners in 321 Kiteboarding. It's not only a one-stop shop for all things kiteboarding, but also one of the largest kiteboarding schools in the area.
Change the way the kite steers. Learning to kiteboard is actually very simple, but it's definitely not something I recommend going out on your own and trying to do, because it's those not so simple things that will get you into trouble. But really anybody can do this. If you can get up and walk around the block in the morning, you can come and learn how to kiteboard.
Students learn the basics, how to set up the gear and how to use it safely. Then it's out to the water, where they learn how to harness the wind to propel themselves across the water.
All right. And if it does that, we just wait. The kite will come back around. Now you can add a little tension, a little more tension, and steer the kite up towards 12 o'clock. So to your left. Very good. Biggest skills are just, you know, a little bit of endurance, because when you're learning, you're going to be out on the water for an hour or 2 at a time. But other than that, a lot of people think that you need a lot of upper body strength when you don't. You're connected to the kite with a harness, so the kite is actually handling a lot of the power and the pull for you. Your arms are simply steering the kite around. And then when it comes to the board sport, you just really need a little bit of leg strength, a little bit of core strength to keep your balance, and that's really it. So again, anyone can really do this sport, all the way from a child to a senior.
Anton Ganev is 65 years young and has been kiteboarding for about 17 years.
I was windsurfing before, and anything new happens, I always try it, and I liked it better than windsurfing, and I stopped windsurfing and I started to kite. It's like 3-dimensional compared to windsurfing. You got a lot more freedom. You're closer to the water even than a windsurfer, and you can go in a lighter wind. You can handle stronger wind without damaging your body. It's a lot of positive things, but I still love it compared to windsurfing. I haven't windsurfed for 15 years now. People ask my age all the time, but to me, it's no difference between 20 years ago and now. Here you have the wind propels you, so you have constant boat to pull you everywhere you want it, and you tell which direction to go.
With its subtropical climate, extensive coasts, and thousands of inland waterways and lakes, Central Florida is an ideal locale for the sport.
Cocoa Beach in general is probably one of the top spots in the United States. We're warm pretty much year-round, but definitely October through May is going to be the main kiting season, because that's when we get a lot of our frontal-driven winds from high pressure and cold fronts. So you're going to have more consistent winds those times, and we can kite in any wind direction here in Cocoa Beach. So you're never left wanting to kiteboard, because no matter what the wind's doing, you're always going to be greeted with warm wind, warm water, and any wind direction, so you can ride just about anywhere. Getting into kiteboarding, you're going to realize that it's one of the neatest community sports out there. A lot of people hearken it back to the 60s when surfing was just, that golden era and everybody knew everyone. That's how kiteboarding is right now. You walk into any area that there's kiteboarders, they're going to greet you with a smile, they're going to help you out.
Kiteboarding is often done on the calm waters of a bay area or lagoon. More adventurous kiteboarders prefer the ocean and riding the waves. Either way, there's only one requirement.
Just about any time there's wind. If there's wind every day, I go every day. It's almost like doing yoga in the water. It's you calm so much after that. Sometimes I'm driving as fast as I can to get to the site. Coming back, I'm driving 40 miles on a 60 mile zone. You're just completely relaxed, You really, it's like a cure for me.
I love kiteboarding just for the open feeling that you get. You're kind of connected, you're at one with nature, you're literally letting nature pull you around. You get just that sense of accomplishment, just being out on the water. Your mind's kind of blank, you're in a real zen mood. But I personally just like being on the water, being active, so that's a huge part of kiteboarding for me. You couldn't really ask for more. Nothing better than being on the water.
See full episodes of One Central Florida the first Thursday of each month at 8 p.m.